take a few deep breaths in your own pace, and feel your feet on the floor. Feel your back being supported by, hopefully, by the couch or a recliner. We don't do office hypnosis, okay? So I'd like you to be really comfortable for the journey. Look around and set the intention for yourself to be present to the best of your ability, and also to invite your conscious mind, who's part of the game. We never say we don't need the conscious mind. I don't say we bypass the conscious mind. Why would we? I mean, we have a conscious mind to use it. So she's part of the team. She wants to keep you safe. And I will invite your conscious mind, I will invite you to invite your conscious mind to just relax and watch like it's a movie that she's gonna just get some popcorn and watch as a spectator without intervening. She's there, she has everything under control. Only that she's not on duty for just 30 minutes, really. The actual journey is only going to take 30 minutes, half an hour. So your conscious mind is pleased that she can just relax and have some popcorn and watch the show. So the intention is to be as present as you can and allow to be surprised. Allow to be surprised. Because what are we going to do today? We will meet your power animals. We will meet your guides. Maybe some of you know already who are the guides that work with you. Maybe some of you don't. And maybe some of you don't even get what is this thing with guides. So I just want to say from the beginning that the method, the shamanic healing method that I'm practicing is completely detached from any cultural or religious connotations, if you want. It's a method that is called core shamanism that was developed by Michael Harner. Excuse me. Dr. Michael Harner. He's an anthropologist and researcher, and he pretty much researched almost all shamanic traditions all around the world, like North America, Latin America, Australia, Siberia, Africa, so all over the world. And he got to the conclusion that all shamanic traditions, all different shamanic traditions have the same healing principles. And then he started, and philosophical principles also. And then he started to experiment with Westerners, many of them being atheists, some being Christian, Buddhist, whatever, belonging to different faiths or to absolutely no faith. And the experience was every time the same. So he created this method that is really Western friendly, if you want, that has nothing to do with any religious connotation, and as I was saying. So you might meet your guides who might be ascended masters or might be a master aspect of you that lives in a parallel reality, or your galactic family, maybe Arcturians, maybe Palladians, maybe Andromedans. You just have to ask, because I'm going to leave space for silence when you can add your question. So this is going to be a guided journey, but I will leave space with just some generic instructions for you to have the freedom to ask your own questions. So who are you? Are you my guide? What are you here to teach me? Okay, so expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. In the journeys that I've done for my clients, my guides show up, and they are 3 ascended masters who always work with me, but also many different deities and representatives of various galactic families show up, like Kuan Yin or Green Tara or White Buffalo Woman. I never get her name right. Lord Ganesh, so on and so forth. So you will see whomever is your guide or your guides, because it might be more. About the power animals. In shamanism, there is, I mean, I'm sure you have all heard about the notion of totem, the totem animal, that it's supposed to be also like your friend, your ally, your guide. And in shamanism, it is believed that if you upset your power animal or you never connected with your power animal, then many of us haven't before, yeah, because we don't have, still have some people joining, because we didn't even have that notion, right? So this notion of power animals, to me, because I translate everything, and I shouldn't, but I do that because my mind needs the understanding, the logical, the rational understanding. Michael Harner says, don't try to explain shamanism and shamanic healing practices with the language of psychology and psychotherapy. But can I? No, I can't. So I'm going to rebel against and say that I'm trying to explain this in a language that can be understood by our left brain as well. So the notion of power animals, of the totem animals, can really be assimilated to the archetypes. As we have archetypal qualities, yeah, leadership is an archetypal quality, the warrior, the healer, the mystic, the witch, the wizard, the trickster. These are archetypal qualities. And think the same about the power animals. So when you retrieve a power animal, to speak in shamanic speak, what you essentially do is you connect to those qualities of the animal. So let's say you lack courage. You'll probably get a lion. And again, don't take this as absolutes, because if you Google the shamanic meaning of various power animals, if we all Google, we might even get different links, because different things that are meaningful to you will be shown to you. But I'm just taking again some archetypal generic meanings. Okay. If you feel unsafe and you feel like you need protection, it's very possible that a wolf will show up for you. So you can see all kinds of very interesting power animals. In one of my shamanic journeys, it wasn't the first one. I mean, I've got a wolf. I've got an eagle who's flying above and keeping perspective. I've got a snake. A snake is a power animal of the healers, and many healers receive. I mean, all healers that I worked with received a snake as a power animal. And I used to have a snake phobia. I don't have it anymore. I think I don't have it anymore since I got my snake power animal. And in one of the journeys, I actually got a ladybug, you know, or ladybird. I'm not sure what's the right word. It's that tiny little thing that is red and has like a number of spots. And I was like, everyone around in the group, this was a group journey during my training. Everyone in the group got all those powerful animals, you know, a stag, a bear, a wolf, a lion. And then Emona gets a tiny little ladybug. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I looked for the interpretation, and she was bringing prosperity and good news and connection with the divine. So in this journey, you will be invited to ask your power animal, so what is the gift that you are bringing me? And you don't have to think yourself about what do I lack? What qualities do I lack and I would want to? Spirit knows. You know, your higher self knows, your soul knows. So you will be sent, you will meet exactly the power animal that you need the most right now. And we are going to meet 3. I mean, I will create the experience for 3 power animals. Some of you may receive more, some of you may receive just 1. It's whatever happens, it's perfect for you. That's how it works. And we can't predetermine these things. And so I'm sure you have thought already about your biggest fear. And if you'd like to share in a chat, you are welcome to. If you don't want to share, that's okay. Just like have it in mind. what is your biggest fear. And that's what you are going to get rid of. Get rid of is not a good expression. To alchemize with the support of spirit. So a little bit of practicalities again before we move to speak more about the content of the journey. We will turn all cameras off during the journey. Yeah. Remember to have phones of silent, nothing that can disturb you, like take you out of the state. Against others' recommendations, I am happy for you to have your actual animals with you if you know they're disciplined. Mine doesn't make sounds. I guess they are. And well, anyway, now this microphone doesn't pick up anything else than the voice. But I find that they are part of the energy, and they really enhance the energy and the frequency of the group, of the consciousness. So if you know that yours is a quiet one who loves hypnosis and loves to just relax and be part of the experience, feel free to have them around. Just make sure other distractions like kids and husbands, and I don't think we have husbands and wives and partners, and they might be more noisy than your dog. So we will take a comfort break, toilet break right before. That's going to be the break when I'll give Joy some food so that I'll keep him entertained there. Have a pen and paper. Also during the break, you will have time, but just remember to get a pen and paper to write right after the journey. And have water also, because there will be a lot of energy movement. I've opened the space, so I can feel there's a lot of energy moving through me already. Many of you are experienced with hypnosis, if not everyone. So there's no right or wrong way of doing this. Now, the usual hypnosis, the hypnotic induction, that is used in RTT and that is very popular. It's Dr. James Braid induction with the eyes roll up. I will demonstrate it right before we start for if there's anyone who doesn't know it. So that one puts us in alpha brain waves, which is a state of relaxation where we can communicate with our subconscious, and it works perfectly for any trauma work in hypnosis. Now, what the shamanic drums do, because the drums, 4 to 7 beats per second, which is the rhythm that you'll hear when I start the drums. Actually, let me just, no, I didn't share. I will show you later. I have to share screen first. So the drums rhythm, it's attuned to what we call the heartbeat of the earth. It's essentially the electromagnetic pulse of the earth. And 4 to 7 hertz is theta brainwaves. So I put you in hypnosis more like for the sake of the ritual, to be honest, because I know that with the drums, you will immediately go into theta brainwaves. But that is just to allow for a soft transition into theta brainwaves. This is the state of consciousness, an expanded state of consciousness, where we connect with our multidimensional consciousness. Really, I'm trying to use concepts that are as neutral as possible. So we connect to the higher guidance. We connect with alternative dimensions of space and time. We connect to the Akashic records. We connect to what is called past lives, future lives, parallel lives. So we go much deeper and activate that ability that exists in everyone, to connect to all that is, really. So for those of you who are QHHT practitioners or past life regressionists, that's where you take your clients. And if in QHHT of past or any form of past life regression, we normally use a longer induction, and a progressive relaxation and visualization. And it does the same. The drums just take you much faster in theta brainwaves. So there's no right and wrong way of doing it. You know that some of you are visual, probably most of you are visual. I'm not as visual as you might think. I'm actually mostly claircognizant, so I just know. So for those of you who are claircognizant, don't dismiss the fact that you just know. I just know that I'm in a meadow right now. I just know that there is a tree in front of me, and you don't really see it. And so the tendency is to dismiss because I don't see. But visual is just one way of receiving information, you know, of perception. It's just one sensory perception. So we can see, we can hear, we can feel, we can touch. Feeling is another, yeah, clairsentience. I feel, I feel a presence. I feel warmth. I smell. Many people in shamanic journeys have a very intense multisensory experience. Like they feel, they smell, they feel nauseous, depending on what they experience. Yeah. So don't dismiss anything, because any type of input, one more person, any type of input you receive through any sensory channel is valid. Yeah. So allow it to form. The way, and some of you experienced individual shamanic journeys with me, and I know that if when you listen to the journey, it sounds like I see everything because it's like I describe a movie. But actually, I don't see. I first just know, and because I speak it out, then images start to form. And it's a matter of trust. So just allow yourself to be surprised by your subconscious, by your connection to the multidimensional consciousness. Yeah. So that your conscious mind will be surprised. Don't try hard also. Some of you may fall asleep if you are very tired, or if you actually need that rest, or your guides would want to work on you to do some healing that you really need. It's possible that they will send you to sleep. And that's okay, because you'll have the recording. You can, you know, follow the journey in your own time. So again, everything that happens, it's exactly what needs to happen right now. So, and another thing that people sometimes say when they experience for the first time a shamanic journey, they say, I felt like I was just making it up. And you know what? Make it up, because that's psychic, it's psychic material. So everything that is relevant to you, everything that is significant for you, and that meets the intention that you set, that's what's going to show up. And again, to me, as a mystic and a scientist and a border, you know, I used to be a border police officer, the border police psychologist. And I like to say I operate at the borders of consciousness, because I'm in between. So I always use both languages. So I can call it Akashic Records and accessing Akashic Records, or we can call it collective unconscious. I think there is no soul in this room that hasn't shared on their Facebook page a quote from our friend Uncle Jung, right? Actually, I have the red book here because I want those of you who are visual to never forget this and to use it in your conversations with other people. The red book, which this is just the reader edition, because this is it's huge. The actual red book, it's like it's half of my body, I think. So the red book that was published in 2006 is, I think it's the most known book of Carl Gustav Jung. And how he wrote this book is actually a collection of notes from his shamanic journeys. Only that he didn't call it shamanic journey, he called it active imagination. And those of you who are into depth psychology and the archetypal psychology know that active imagination is his process for exploring the psyche. Like those of you who are qualified in RTT, how does she call it? What's the name of it in RTT? Not daisy chaining. It's like the exploration of the scenes, when you ask those questions with because, and I feel like this because. And so these are prompts. This is the type of, these questions were also formulated by Jung. This is his investigation method. Detective work, yes, thank you. Yes, exactly, the detective work. So Freud was the one who used the just unstructured prompts, so just one word, but Jung took it further and he used like half sentences type of prompts, inviting the client to fill in the blanks, exactly what we do in RTT. Because that's exploration of the psyche. But his greatest and most known, for which he is most known, method of psyche investigation is what he called active imagination, which is essentially a guided journey, which is essentially a shamanic journey. And because through his active imagination process, he created all his concepts that the world praises him for, like the archetypes, the collective unconscious, the individuation process. So all his notions that basically changed the face of psychology and psychotherapy were created through shamanic journeys. Also, he only that again, he didn't call it like this. He also used substances to put himself like psychedelic plants, plant medicine, as it's called in shamanism, to put himself in expanded states of consciousness and go on a journey. He also had spirit guides, Salome and Philemon. So all that and his exploration of the universe and of the psyche and of the collective unconscious is described in the Red Book. Now, this book wasn't published until long after his death, because both himself and his family didn't want to ruin the reputation of the immaculate psychiatrist. And yet, he was doing the same process that we will be using today. So if someone says, you know, I thought Anemona is a serious psychologist, but she just went woo-woo, you can tell them that Anemona is a Jungian, is a massive follower, and if that was good enough for Jung, who am I to disagree? It's going to be good enough for me. And so, where are we going to go? We are going to go into the lower world. So this is a journey to the lower world. What does it mean? The architecture of shamanism, of the shamanic consciousness. And I'm going to talk only about the three main worlds: the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world. The lower world, it's like the world of the fairy tales, of children's book. It's like a magic enchanted forest where you can meet fairies, you meet legendary characters, you meet gnomes, you meet elves, you meet trees that speak. Yeah, so it's an imaginative process, which is of course projection. We know that, yeah, we project our own unconscious dynamic onto that. Or maybe not, or maybe it's a real world in an alternative dimension of consciousness. I don't know the truth. I have my personal opinion. I would invite you to just experiment and form your own opinion. And this is what's very important about shamanism, because it's based on direct experience. It's called the path of direct revelation. That's how Michael Harner calls it. That's how Sandra Ingerman calls it. These are probably two very big names in core shamanism, contemporary with us. So in the lower world, we meet our power animals, and we also meet our guides in the lower world. And the easiest accessible, because it's, let's say, the least effort of imagination to go into the lower world. You just find yourself in a magic forest where trees speak and flowers smile at you and animals talk to you. So that's where we are going to go. The middle world is where we start. Now, middle world is this world. Only that when we talk about middle world in a shamanic journey, we go on an alternative dimension of space and time. So we will start in the middle world, which means I will invite you to think about a place that exists for real in your life, in your reality, because that's going to be your entrance. And again, those of you who know past life regression and QHHT, you know there is always a door, there is a tunnel, there is a transition point. And that's very important, because this is or a portal or a mirror. Yeah, there is a transition point where your consciousness goes through and then comes on the other side in a different dimension. So think about a place, maybe a tree, so you can enter in the lower world through an opening in the roots of the tree. Or maybe a cave that you know for real, or maybe a beach or a mountain or a forest. And you'll have time until we actually start. Think about a place. I usually think about the beach and some rocks here on the beach where I can like go underneath the rocks and imagine that there is an opening there and there is an entrance into the lower world. Okay, so think about your special place. And this is where we will enter. And also this is the place through which we will come back. So when I'm gonna give you the instruction that now it's time to come back, and you'll hear the beat of the drum will intensify, you'll feel like I need to run, because there's gonna be a very fast beat of the drum. First, before that, it's going to slow down a little bit and soften, but don't worry, because my verbal guidance is going to guide you exactly what you need to do. But first we'll soften, and that's for us to know that, okay, the journey is ending and it's time to go back. And then it will be very fast. And on the fast beat, you will come back through the tunnel, come back to the tunnel, and back out into the middle world through the same point that you accessed, the same point that you entered. And that's when all your consciousness comes back and you are fully embodied. And then I'm going to do, just for safety, although it's not needed, because you fully come back with all your consciousness back into the middle world. But I'm going to do the countdown, the five numbers countdown from hypnosis to bring you fully back from theta brainwaves. Okay, so I mentioned the middle world. The third world is the upper world. And I think many of you who know about galactic families and know about the Pleiadians and Arcturians and all that kind of stuff, you often travel to the upper world. And that's the cosmic. Yeah, it's also archetypal, very archetypal. And we meet our ancestors and galactic families and ascended masters, although you can also meet your ascended masters in the lower world. But essentially, this is more like the cosmic experience. I'm going to do a journey like that someday, but today it's more important to get you equipped with your power animals and meet your guides so that that they take the fear away from you. And speaking of which, so let me see what else. Okay, the intention for the journey, I'm going to repeat the intention 4 times. And the intention is, and I will invite you to repeat it in your head when we start. So the intention is to journey to the lower world, to meet my guides and power animals, to ask for help and healing and guidance, to release my greatest fear and move ahead fiercely. You don't have to write it down. I will say it, and I will say it 4 times when we start. And that will also give you time to slide into theta brainwaves as the drums start. So the structure of the journey, we'll do the hypnotic induction with the eyes roll up. I'm going to do a quick light meditation that those of you who attended the Rainbow Bridge know. So I will ask you to imagine that you breathe in golden light through the top of your head. And as you exhale through all of your energy centers and align your energy centers. If you are fans of Dr. Joe Dispenza, you might recognize he has a similar meditation, more elaborated. How is it called? Aligning, I don't remember. It's something about aligning the energy centers. And we'll do this 3 times. And then 3 other times, I will ask you to imagine that you breathe in rainbow light from the soul, through the soles of your feet, from Gaia, from the heart of Gaia. And you exhale going up, and you exhale through the top of your head all the way up to source, connecting your pillar of light, connecting your higher self. So imagine yourself as a pillar of light. I will guide you. So all this, you'll hear me saying all these things. And then create sacred space and connect your heart. Then I will start the drums. I will set the intention, and then we start the journey. So you see yourself in front of the entry point, which again exists. It's a real place. And if some of you are experienced with journeys, you just know that's the place that you usually enter, access. And then I will guide you through the tunnel, and you'll go through the tunnel, and you'll run through the tunnel, and then you will come out in a meadow, and then the show begins. So you'll meet your power animals. I will guide you to ask questions. Who are you? Also, there are also tricksters in the other worlds, just as we have in this world. So whenever you encounter an animal or someone who's supposed to be your guide, I will always invite you to first ask, are you of the light? And if you are not of the light, disappear. And if they disappear, you just know that there was a little test for you there to test your discernment, and you passed it. And then you'll ask again, are you of the light? Are you my power animal? Or are you my guide? And you will know the answer. And again, I will guide you to ask all these questions, and then you'll have space and time to just explore for yourself. And then your guides will actually organize a ceremony for you. Feel free to ask anything, like remember to ask, who are you? Why are you here? What are you here to teach me? What do you want me to know? What's most important for me to know in this moment? Okay. You'll ask for advice. They will organize a healing and a clearing ceremony for you. You might receive a gift. And again, this is a very individualized experience for everyone. Okay. I have all the timing points here. This is also, it's the first time for me that I'm doing it this way. So, and with this kind of music. So I'm gonna pay attention to the synchronization very much. And remember when the journey is over, so you'll hear the fast beat of the drum, and I will say, now we are ready to come back through the tunnel, through the same point where we entered the lower world. So we are going through the tunnel, and now we are out into the middle world in exactly the same point where you entered. Okay. And then I'm going to count you back to full awareness. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Everything is clear. I like to join with my iPhone. Yeah, sure. You'll have time also when we. Oh, someone is in the Chevron. Okay. You'll have time when we do the little break, 5 minutes break to. Wendy is out. Okay. To collect what you need. You will anyway get into theta brainwaves especially because I do the alpha induction before, so it's like double trouble for your conscious mind. But the experience is more pleasant if you have and it's deeper if you have the headset. So it just sounds very differently. The drums sound very differently in the in the headsets, and there's also solfeggio frequencies, 639 hertz, the frequency of the heart, because we work with a heart portal. We want to create a heart-based reality. That's what we are here for. And that's supposed to also enhance the experience for you. Okay, now I think the last thing that I'm going to do, it's going to be to test the sound, because everything will change on my screen then. Okay, let me do the quick demo for the eye roll up.
Anemona,
Yes.
there is a question in the chat.
Thank you. The question in the chat, let me see. Are butterflies power animals? Yes, Caroline, and I have a blue one. Yeah, thank you, Svetelina, for oh yeah, we also have a few shamanic practitioners present here. So yeah, Dominique had her hand up. Yeah. Oh, thank you for. Will I for sure be able to access the lower world? Oh yeah, absolutely, because it's a guided journey. So I do it the easiest way for you. Now, you know, at the end of the whole journey and the debriefing, you can ask questions about Step into Your Purpose program, which is going to have basically 1/4 of the meetings of the calls will be this kind of journeys. Another quarter, it's going to be Rainbow Bridge. So that's going to be inner child work and trauma work. Yeah. And the rest, the remaining half, it's going to be integration calls and coaching calls and discussions. And okay, so what I wanted to say is that in the program at the beginning for the first modules, we are going to do guided journey like this one, so that you get used to it. It's the same like hypnosis. It's a guided imagery in the end. It's and when I say imagery, don't think visual. Yeah, imagery means visual, audio, kinesthetic, clairsentience, kinesthetic, claircognizant, so on and so forth, tactile. Okay, so for sure you will be able to access the lower world. I mean, it very rarely happens that people who are very much left brain, very much engineers, very much not connected to their spiritual side, if you want, or not at all experienced with any sort of meditation or guided imagery, that might find it difficult at the beginning. But it's not the case with any of you, because you are already, I mean, I know if you are in the group, you are people who have experienced hypnosis. So I would say 90%. And it, if it might happen that, you know, there is distractions around you, or maybe my voice just doesn't work with you, or maybe the pace doesn't work, maybe it's too slow, maybe it's too fast for you, or maybe the music is just not the right one for you. You know, that may also happen. Give it a chance, just go with it. Don't try hard. As I was saying, don't try hard. Just let the images come. Pay attention to what you feel. Pay attention to what comes to you. Don't judge it. Just go with the flow. Play with it. Just play with it. Because you'll have the recording. So if you don't have the expected experience, and I'm telling you, the experience will be unexpected, you can just do it again and yeah, practice. But everyone has this ability. We are designed with this ability. Like there's no such a thing as we can't do it. It's only that we use our conscious mind. We unconsciously use our conscious mind to block this type of experiences that we cannot control. But I already gave you enough suggestions. You know, I'm also an Ericksonian trained hypnotherapist. So in my whole speech until now, I gave you a whole bunch of suggestions that say that you will easily go into it. And this is going to be an experience that you will very easily have. Okay. So I was saying, let's do the demo. So the hypnotic induction. I will say, look up as high as you possibly can. And remember, you don't have to put your head like this, just in whatever position your head is leaning comfortably. Just look up as high as you possibly can, as if you are looking into your own eyebrows, keeping your eyes glued to a real or imagined spot overhead. Just breathe in. And I will lead you 3 breaths. And remember, when I lead the breathing, you just do it in your pace. You don't have to force yourself to keep up with me and like, just do it in your pace. So eyes up, keeping your eyeballs up. On the third, on the last exhale, keeping your eyeballs up, just close your eyelids right down. So you keep your eyeballs up and you just close your eyelids, and that's it. And it's very easy, and you'll do it very easily. And then I will state the intention, and then I'm going to start the drums. Now it's just the beginning, and now it's the drums. So this is the slow beat on the drum. And this is the way we would enter the lower world. And this is how I'm going to speak during the journey to guide you. And you're going to tell me if you need to make an effort to listen to my voice, or you can perfectly understand and follow the guidance. So now tell me, how does it work? How does it work? Can you hear properly? Can you hear me? Can you? Yeah, Wendy, thank you. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna just let you hear. So for the whole duration of the journey, you'll hear this beat, okay? This is the 4 to 7 beats per second. And now, 29, 25, it's going to slow down. So here, I'm going to already prepare you to come back on these 4 slow beats. I will tell you now, collect your power animals and get ready to come back. You will do that. And this is the fast beat that it's going to, you will see yourself running through the tunnel, coming back to the tunnel, coming back to the tunnel, you're going through the tunnel, coming back, you're coming back. So that gives you time to collect all your consciousness back. Okay? We're all set. We're all set. We're all set. And thank you for helping me to do all this and adjust. And okay, we are ready. Be ready to lay on a couch. Have water next to you. Have a pen and paper to write everything. Well, not everything, just key words for the journey. You can sit. If for you it's more comfortable to sit up, if the way you usually meditate is by sitting up, which means your body recognizes that this is my meditation. I journey sitting up. I never lay down, but that's because I'm very experienced right now. And what I don't want you to have to is to have to pay attention to your body. I don't want your head to bang, you know. So, okay, yeah, perfect. If you are always sitting, you are like me. Yeah, yeah. So that's again the Dr. Joe Dispenza style. He says, sit up, sit up. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to start right now, okay? Just make yourself comfortable with your hands and feet not quite touching, and look up as high as you possibly can. Look up as if you're trying to look into your own eyebrows, keeping your eyes glued to a real or imagined spot overhead. Just breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And each time you blink, that's hypnosis coming upon you just one final time. Breathe in, keeping your eyeballs up, keeping your eyeballs up. As you exhale, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down. As your eyelids shut down, the muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, droopy, drowsy. Your eyelids are starting to feel right now as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut, locked, tight. And now just allow your eyeballs to go, wherever they want to go, and invite a floating feeling to develop in your body. And I would invite you right now to imagine that you can breathe in golden light through the top of your head. And as you exhale through all of your energy centers going down, exhale through the soles of your feet, all the way down into the earth. In your pace, once again, breathe in golden light through the top of your head. Exhale, going down through all of your energy centers. Exhale through the soles of your feet, all the way down to Gaia. Once again, breathe in golden light through the top of your head. And as you exhale, going down, 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 all the way down through the soles of your feet, all the way down into the earth. Now the other way around, breathe in rainbow light through the soles of your feet from the heart of the earth. Exhale, going up through all of your energy centers. Exhale, going up. Exhale through the top of your head, all the way up to source. Connecting your higher self, connecting your pillar of light, all the way up to source. Once again, breathe in rainbow light through the soles of your feet. Exhale, going up. Exhale through the top of your head, connecting your higher self, connecting your pillar of light all the way up to source. Breathe in rainbow light through the soles of your feet. Exhale, going up through the top of your head. Exhale all the way up to source, connecting your pillar of light, connecting your higher self all the way up to source. And now imagine 12 pillars of light all around you. See yourself as a pillar of light between source and the earth, deeply grounded in this earth experience, in a center of Gaia, and connected all the way up to source. 12 pillars of light all around you, dropping down from source all the way down into the earth, creating sacred space. And also 12 pillars of light all around this group and everyone who will be part of this group in the future, as time doesn't exist, containing this co-created experience of a high consciousness, of expanded consciousness. And now imagine you can breathe in golden light through your heart, all the way from source, straight from source. Breathe in golden light through your heart. And as you exhale, exhale through your heart towards the space of this group, towards everyone in this group, present now or in another now moment, who is contained in the safe, sacred space of this group. And just call in your guides. If you know them, call them by name. If not, just say, I'm calling in the highest consciousness beings for my highest good and for the highest good of everyone involved. And now I will set the intention once. Repeat it in your head. I journey to the lower world to meet my guides and power animals, to ask for help and healing and guidance, to release my greatest fear and move ahead fiercely And I'm going to start the drums right now. And I'm going to repeat the intentions 3 times. I journey to the lower world, meet my guides and power animals, to ask for help and healing and guidance, to release my greatest fear and move ahead fiercely. I journey to the lower world to meet my guides and power animals, to ask for help, healing and guidance, to release my greatest fear and move ahead fiercely. I journey to the lower world to meet my guides and power animals, to ask for help, healing and guidance, to release my greatest fear and move ahead fiercely. And now you see yourself in front of the entry point, a real place you know on earth, a real place that's very familiar to you. Maybe a tree, maybe a cave, maybe a rock, and you see an opening. You see an opening, an entrance that takes you straight into a tunnel. And you feel excited and curious. You step into the tunnel. You know you're safe. Curiosity is leading you. So you go into the tunnel. You go through the tunnel. You move further and further through the tunnel. Going through the tunnel. Going through the tunnel. And you see a light. A little light blinking at the end of a tunnel. You get closer and closer, closer and closer. You're right in front of the exit. There's so much light outside. You're excited and curious to come out. And you see and know that you're coming out into a meadow. It's a beautiful, enchanted, magic meadow. It's beautiful green trees, majestic trees. It's a beautiful blue sky. The trees are waving at you. They feel alive. You notice flowers all around, colorful flowers, red and blue and purple. You notice you can smell the scent on the flowers. Beautiful, pleasant scent, sweet scent on the flowers. And the grass is so green. You can smell, that fragrance of the freshly cut grass so clearly. The colors are so intense, and there are specks of light, like the whole meadow is bathed in a white, golden light. The flowers are smiling at you. Everything seems alive. Everything seems like it has soul and spirit. There's like rainbow sparks all around. You feel the warmth of the sun rays on your skin. You just feel how pleasant it is to feel the sunshine on your skin, gently caressing you. Feel the wind blowing gently, caressing your cheeks and your hair. And you hear a relaxing sound of water. Maybe it's a waterfall, or maybe it's a small river, or more like a spring. Just explore a little. It's your meadow. It's your imagination creating it. So as you look around, you see two big hearts, huge, huge hearts, 10 times bigger than you. On the left, it's a diamond heart, translucent, multifaceted, like a diamond. And that's the divine heart, bearing crystalline codes that are now beaming all the way to your heart. You can feel the crystalline codes basing you, basing your heart. And on the right side, there is a red heart, looking like a human heart. A beautiful red heart, pulsating, compassionate, higher love heart, activating your heart center. They welcome you, and you just love to play all around them. Lean your back against the diamond heart. Maybe hug them like you would hug a tree. Feel the texture. Does it feel differently? The diamond heart or the red heart? They're beaming light codes of ascension, of compassion, of higher love to everyone who's ready to receive. And now you hear a sound like someone is walking on the grass. You look around and you see a silhouette. It's an animal silhouette coming from the distance. You don't see it clearly yet, but you know it is your power animal. And as it's approaching you, it becomes clearer and clearer. It's an animal, beautiful animal that you can immediately recognize. What is it? What animal is it? Just feel into it. Follow your intuition. And now it's right in front of you. So you can communicate telepathically. So ask the animal, are you of the light? If not, they will disappear. And another one will come right away. Are you my power animal? And as they say yes, ask them, what is your gift that you have for me? Listen intently. What is the quality that they are bringing you? Ask them, how will you help me deal with my fears? Listen to what they have observe them. What do they do? Maybe they play, maybe they dance, maybe they're just happily talking to you. I'm friends with them. Ask them. Can you help me release my greatest fear? How should I do that? Help me. Maybe they show you something. Maybe they tell you something. And now ask them, will you agree to come with me back to the middle world at the end of the journey, to always assist me, helping me embody this quality or qualities? Come with me. Let's explore more. So keep your first power animal with you. And maybe for some of you, there is another one coming from the distance. And if there isn't, and give it time, just take this time to get to know your power animal. Get to feel, how does it feel to carry the frequency of that quality? How does it feel to have that quality within you? And for many others of you, you'll see another animal in the distance, approaching you, approaching you. What animal is that? And just do the same. Are you of the light? Are you my power animal? What is your gift for me? What quality are you bringing? What quality do you help me to embody? Is it courage? Is it generosity? Is it safety? Is it ease and grace? Is it faith, trust? Maybe it's joy and playfulness. Help me release my greatest fear. Give me advice. How can I do that? And ask them if they agree to come with you at the end of the journey. And if you already have two magic friends, you might want to take the time to play with them, interact with them, get to know them better, maybe dance with them. And for some of you, there might be a third animal showing up, or a bird, or a bug. We do the same. Are you of the light? Are you my power animal? your gift for me. Help me release my greatest fear. Advise me. How can I do that? And finally, ask them, do you agree to come with me into the middle world and the end of the journey so that I can continue to embody these beautiful qualities that you're bringing into my life? And now, as you are surrounded by your new friends, it's time, most exciting time on the journey to meet your guides. And again, as you enjoy the presence of your power animals in this beautiful enchanted meadow, you feel a presence. You can see something moving in the distance. It's a silhouette. Maybe it's one. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's a group. Is it a man or a woman? As they are coming closer and closer, you can see clearer and clearer. How do they look like? Is it a human-looking presence? Or maybe it's just light, tall light. If it's a light, what is the color of the light? If it's a human-like silhouette, do they have a clear face and hair? How are they dressed? Do they walk? Or it's more like floating? Explore. Do you recognize them? Is there anyone you know? Maybe an ascended master, or a shaman, or an ancestor, someone dear from your family who lives on another dimension. Or maybe it's your galactic family, Arcturian, Pleiadians, Andromedans, Orions, Lyrans. Maybe it's a master aspect of yourself who lives in a parallel dimension. And ask, are you of the light? If not, disappear right now, so your real guides will show up right this moment. You pass the test. So ask again, are you my guide? Who are you? Do you have a name? Some do, some don't. And ask them anything you'd like to know about them. Tell them about your greatest fear. Ask them to help you release, heal, Let go of your greatest fear right now and watch them. They are organizing a ceremony for you right now. And for some of you, they might take you to a different place. That's okay. Ask them to bring you back when it's done. And take your power animals with you. Wherever you go, explore the place. If they take you on a different place, trust and observe what is happening. Observe the ceremony. What are they doing? They might operate with light on your body. They might clear your body with light. They might do psychic surgery on you, clearing your body. Or they might just ask you to take the fear from wherever it is, locate it in your body, collect it, and give it to them. Just observe and enjoy your ceremony. I'll leave you a few moments of silence. Ask your guides. Remember to ask, what advice do they have for you? Now that you're breaking free, that this fear is being taken away from you, how to forever keep free from this fear? What do they want you to know? Ask them anything. Does it feel to be with your guides? To have your mind and body and energy field clean and cleared, infused with light? And you notice that your guides are coming at you with a gift, they hand you a gift, or they might place it in front of you, or place it somewhere on your body, on your energy center, or just in your hand. Look at it. What is it? Maybe it's a treasure chest, or a crystal, or a key, or a symbol. Each one of you will receive a different gift that's meaningful to you, and that will always remind you that the fear is gone, forever vanished, shrinked, faded, disappeared, erased, gone, forever. It will never come back. So take your gift, and as we are now approaching the end of the ceremony, thank your guides for the healing, for the teaching, for the guidance, for being on your side. You are never alone. For planting inspired thoughts, for inspired action in your mind. And for those of you who maybe travel to a different place, ask your guides now to bring you back into the meadow, together with your power animals, and you see yourself back into the meadow with a big heart, the diamond heart, and the red human heart. Thank your guides for everything they gave you, knowing with unshakable conviction and unwavering certainty that they are always there for you, always around you, one thought away, one ask away. They are always ready to help you, just as your power animals are. All you need to do is to remember, ask, just ask for help, for healing, for guidance. And as you're thanking your guides, reflecting on your experience, you can say goodbye to your guides right now. See them moving away in the distance. You're ready now to invite your power animals to get ready to return from the meadow back into the tunnel, back into the tunnel. You're right in front of the entrance into the tunnel with your power animals who agreed to come with you. And now we're coming back, going back through the tunnel, going back through the tunnel, going back through the tunnel, coming back through the tunnel, coming back through the tunnel, all the way back, your full consciousness, coming all the way back, and you're right outside, back into the place, back to the familiar, same place that you know so well, in a middle world, a place where you started this beautiful adventure in the first place. And just remember, as you have your power animals with you and your guides, just think about them, embodying their qualities. Connect to them in your mind's eyes, and they will help. Look for an object in the middle world. That is the gift. Set the intention, and it will come to you. Tell your mind to locate in the middle world the object that is reminding you of the gift. On a count of 1, you become more aware of your body, feeling your fingers and toes. On a count of 2, you're aware of the room and the sounds around you. On a count of 3 and 4, you take a deep breath. And on a count of 5, open your eyes, feeling wonderful, feeling amazing, feeling free. Fill up your lungs and come back to your full awareness right now. And just so you know, even though everything looks the same, you are back to a different timeline. Everything is the same, and yet it's not the same. You're back to a different timeline, a different you, a higher, more expanded version of you, on a higher, more empowered, more expansive timeline. Welcome back to the new you. And we're back.